Hey, what's up? This is Amazin.reacts reacting to another video on my channel. Today's video is titled, This Proves That We Must Keep Filming Authorities. So this is talking about the whole Minnesota ICE situation, which I have not saw the footage of what happened between the nurse that was shot during like a protest. I try my best to avoid videos like that. I do not like seeing it. I don't care for it. I hate that people keep reposting it and stuff like that. So I have actively been trying to avoid that video. So I haven't seen it, but I do think I was just waiting on the news to report it so I could kind of watch and hear their take on it. Even though I know in this day and age a lot of people don't trust like news stations, but I mean I still look for them to do accurate reporting when it comes to situations like this. Abba and Preach, I'm familiar with them. I like their videos. They usually give an in-depth breakdown of the situations what happened. So we're gonna see. Let's go.
Everyone's been talking about it. You guys have had your feeds flooded about this
I'm
stuff
pretty sure they're not gonna actually show
in
it.
Minneapolis. In the previous video that we did, we got a lot of flack. But what I remember saying and what I remember focusing on is that I think these people are incompetent. They look like they're ill trained, and they look like they're dangerous to themselves and everyone around them. They
Now, I'm trying not to pause the video as much, but I will say this: when it comes to the ICE agents, I feel like it would be better for them if they weren't like covered up. And I don't know if this is true or not. Some people say that their badge numbers are like covered up so you can't see who they are and stuff like that. And of course they wearing like the face mask and stuff like that. I feel like they need to remove that because that could like help the situation a little bit. But I feel like it's weird that people would do it because then you have copycat people who think they taking a law into their hand and all that type of stuff could recreate it, causing more trouble. And I don't like the way that like we need to know who you are. Like if somebody run like if you're a police officer, somebody do a background check on you. They need to know who the person like who you are. Like you ain't got no weird crazy stuff going on in your background. So a ICE agent should be subject to that same thing. Like you don't see police officers like covering up their face like I don't want these people to know who I am. Like, I feel like ICE should be too because I feel like the way they're handling things and the way they do stuff on some of the clips that I've seen, the way they do stuff, it does seem like they're untrained and it does seem like they're people who shouldn't be in those positions.
don't care about community relations. They don't care about integrating themselves in the places that they're supposed to defend and help. Yeah. And you're seeing that right now. What I saw when you watch the video, the guy who's carrying a firearm,
Mm.
right, the victim at the end of the day gets this.
Now, I get it. Second Amendment people got their rights to carry weapons, but I'm not taking a gun to a protest. That's just me. I'm not doing it because I feel like it'll escalate whatever situation is going on. It's gonna make it worse. If it's like if you're at a protest, like a peaceful protest, you shouldn't be bringing a weapon. I wouldn't bring a weapon. Just my opinion.
Assault.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, what is?
Because the officers don't know how to communicate with each other. Somebody yells gun, gun, gun. They don't know how to tell the person that they actually disarmed the other person. And the two of them start shooting while seven officers are hovering over this man. Okay. I'll say one of the biggest things that came out of this is people are blaming protesters. Why are you guys following ICE? Why are you filming them? I want you guys to hear what they said right after the shooting. But also had two loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. This is right after everything happened. And this is what
Oh yeah, he's tripping,
this guy
especially with a
who
video.
runs
He
ICE.
should have known that
Okay.
it might be
The
a
reason why I
video though.
bring that up is I just want y'all to understand this is before other camera angles came out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I
He
want
should
y'all
have
to
known that
see
it was gonna be some
how
camera
it
angles
makes
before he put it
things like
before he put
how
that
many
out.
shots were fired, where were the weapons located. All those facts are going to come out in the investigation. I wasn't there wrestling that assaultive subject that was assaulting Border Patrol agents. I wasn't there wrestling him myself, so I'm not going to speculate. I'm going to wait for that investigation to come. No, don't interrupt me. I'm going to wait till that investigation comes out until I make a decision there. During this operation, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Okay. You're saying all the footage is already out, my guy. So when the footage is already out, you're like,
Yeah.
investigation. This is why you should film them. They don't have body cam. They've already been told they have zero.
And that's another thing too. I feel like all law enforcement should have body cams. It keeps everybody honest. Like body cams, it's not just to protect the law enforcement. It protects, well, not just protect the people, but the law enforcement too. And I think they fail to realize that. Like it keeps everybody honest if you know you could possibility of them looking at the footage and watching what you do. So, and I feel like that's the best course of action. Like I don't understand why they would not film themselves. It protects everybody.
Zero accountability. And the only reason that they changed their tune is because other camera angles showed the truth. They showed the agent running off with the gun just before they ended up killing the man.
Oh, okay.
There's no defense for
I was
this.
looking at the
It's
ground. I don't know
pure
why.
incompetence. And his initial, he went up to agents with a 9mm, making it sound like this motherfucker pulled up like it's a 90s fucking rap. That's what he made it sound like.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So that's why you should never trust them. And you should always film them. This actually justifies all the people running around to film them because they will lie. Yep. And they will label you a domestic terror. It don't matter what the reality is. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care about reality. They don't care. Only care about consequences. That's all. They will lie through their teeth. I saw one of these fucking. Look at this. Look at this fucking potato.
Now I will say in the police, the guy or the border patrol, the head dude, you said regardless of what goes on, you are supposed to ride for your guys in that situation. When he was making that first initial statement, then the camera angles came out. Now the one thing I will say is he should have known that it's possibly people that have cameras angles, but he probably trusted the source that told him like, nah, this was a guy that attacked us and all this stuff. So he probably trusted that source and thought he was like, oh, they telling the truth. And then when you get out there and you back your guys, now it did backfire on him, and he could possibly get fired for a situation like that.
Showed up to a law enforcement operation with a weapon and dozens of rounds of ammunition. He wasn't there to peacefully protest. He was there to perpetuate violence. The video comes up, and what do we see? We see this man who's helping a woman at that. Okay? He's not cracking ice. He gets pepper sprayed in the middle of being between them, trying to help her off. There was no time where this man was running up. That never happened. But they don't care about the truth because their lies are more important.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Life, they're happy. Was Renee good? They did that.
I need to see the rest of it. So was he just trying to help her up?
Film every one of
And there was no garbage. There was no car charging them.
Yes, yes, because they already said they're not going to hold them accountable. So the public has to, and that's the only reason that we're getting any sense of like backtrack.
They probably don't know who it is. They because they all got masks on. They probably point the finger at other people, and they like, well, we don't know who it actually
I
was.
just want y'all to think about how incompetent, how fucking stupid these guys are to shoot at a potential suspect who's giving them their back while there's 7 other officers all with their limbs all over him, irrespective of whether or not you think it's. Well, I think it's completely wrong, and I think that was crazy, and I think I should be fired. But there's an investigation I follow. All of these people are so ill trained, and if I was serving anywhere with them, all I could think to myself is like, where the fuck did you train? Where the fuck did you even get your license to be here right now? Our own citizens' lives are in the balance. The idea that you can be this ill trained and sent out into the world is insanity.
Yeah.
From the person who doesn't know how to communicate that they got the gun, from the person who doesn't know how to focus on where the fucking gun is, to the person who just started shooting while their homies are all in there, it is absolute retardation.
Now he do raise a good point. Shooting while all like while your people around there, that does seem poorly trained, if not trained at all. Like I ain't doing that. Like shooting, like I don't know. That is crazy that the officer would do that. It does make it seem like they are incompetent.
Before that, even the pepper spray and the way that they engage with protesters is just brain dead. They don't.
Now I will say the pepper spray in some situations. Listen, I remember when I was in high school, it was this old cop that he would never break up a fight. The minute you started fighting, he throw out the pepper spray. Everybody go to class. So I will say the pepper spray. I mean, that's non lethal. So they doing it. You ain't supposed to just shoot it off regardless in any situation. But if it is a physical altercation and stuff like that, if you go straight to pepper spray, I feel like that's justifiable.
Don't pepper spray in a way that ensures safety. It's very punitive. What do you do when you pepper spray somebody? You make them panic. Have y'all ever been pepper sprayed? I have. That thing hurts. To yell orders at somebody while they're fucking losing their mind because it's so painful. It's just like I'm just watching brain dead activity with people who have unlimited powers. And I can't understand for the life of me how people justify that part.
First thing I got to say is that Minnesota is an open carry state, which means you can also conceal carry and open carry, meaning that you can have.
In the Cal Rittenhouse, that kid, he did the same exact thing.
Because you can have it,
I'm just saying.
my bad. I was just joking.
Sure. So she's not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
Second thing that I'm gonna say, unfortunately, to what I was saying is, unfortunately, I've seen cops act the same way. Actually, most of the time that I've my interaction with cops, all of my interaction with cops, all of them, they're all shouting direction at the same time. When that's not what's supposed to happen. One is supposed to take the lead and give the information, but multiple people always shout. And
Like, I don't know where they from. I do feel like cops would have handled this situation a whole lot better. But I mean, it is what it is.
I understand it's a stressful environment, but that's the reason why you're trained. And those people that are doing that have usually, cops usually have 15 months of training at best, minimum. Some places it's even more. Like for example, in Montreal, it's even more. You have to go to college, right? That's the technique. So that's 3 years. And after that, you have to go police academy, the police academy. The ICE people have 6 months of training. You know how many months of training I had to answer the phone?
And I feel like if cops were in a situation where they were doing the job of ICE, because they would be ready for all types of scenarios, I feel like they would handle the situation a whole lot better.
Six. Was I still fucking up? I was.
Yeah.
Little thing, by the way, the ICE agents don't receive 6 months of training. They receive 48 days over a 56-day period.
Bro, I was trying to be nice. Oh yeah, but he had a gun. Why did he have a gun? Hey, it's in the law.
Yeah.
You're allowed. Yeah. He was him having a gun. There was nothing illegal in what he was doing of carrying the gun on him.
Yeah, but they're saying it's not smart. And my question is, what's smart about taking a gun to Starbucks? What's smart about taking a gun to Walmart or anywhere else? You guys justified all of it in case a mass shooting happens. Remember? Well, we need armed people everywhere in case some bad shit happens. Schools. What did they say? We need more people with guns to protect us from mass shootings. So then this guy shows up to a place where there's violence that happens, and y'all criticize him for bringing a gun. And I'm just like, where's the standard? What happened to these guys always talking about you won't tread on me, all these rights, and then the moment it's convenient to them, they cut out. Oh, this person brought a gun?
Yeah.
Clearly they're going to be a mass shooter. Y'all would never apply that standard either way. It's a really dumb thing, and it's very hypocritical. So that's why I said that.
The same people that are saying and they're defending the ICE people are saying it's not smart. Remember that Kyle Rittenhouse?
I just said that.
Went from another state with his gun to defend some people, some owners shop
Based.
Yes, and he wasn't even qualified to even be doing something like that, and it resulted in two, was it one or two people dying? So I think that situation was crazy. It was like that was wild.
and he ended up shooting someone because the person was attacking him with a skateboard. I think that what happened to Kyle was right. I think he was in his right because he was being attacked. He was only protecting himself. That's what I believe. Believe what you can. It's okay.
I think he should listen. I am against open carry. I think you should have a. It's your right to have a weapon in your, like in your car, in your house, but just open carry with you at all times. No, I don't think anyone needs a gun like that to carry with them all the time. All people who should be carrying guns like that is law enforcement. I feel like everybody else, you can keep one in your house, in your car, cool. But like just to be walking around with it, I don't think no one should have that. I don't like the open carry law.
If you believe that, and you believe that that nurse registered that got shot was in the wrong for just carrying, not brandishing, not open, it was just there.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. He didn't even pull this gun out.
Severely wrong with you. You're brainwashed.
Yeah.
So they need to be fired and they need to be prosecuted too. The ICE agents that
You're brainwashed. And
did
if
it.
you can't say something bad about your side, you're brainwashed. If you don't see how brainwashed you are on this, there's a problem. There's a clear problem with you. This guy.
No one who wants to be peaceful shows up at a protest with a firearm that is loaded with two full magazines.
You can say that about anything, bro. Nobody who shows up at a Starbucks wants to be peaceful. They have a gun. Nobody who walks around the city who wants
But
like
Cash Patel, he's pretty much a puppet though.
self-proclaimed conservatives villainize people using the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, against them, and saying these people are dangerous is so crazy. Genuinely, my dude, it feels like you're in the twilight zone. I know there was a standoff. Do you remember this? It's like 2015. It was looking like some dude on a fucking bridge. Like they didn't want to let federal law
It was
enforcement
targeted for impound by the
so
U.S.
they
drug
stood there
land
in
management.
position with journalists all around them pointing guns at officers saying, if you come forward towards us. And people hailed it as like, stand your ground, Second Amendment stuff. And I'm watching this and I'm like,
that's crazy.
so you can't, it's holstered, you're allowed, it's legal, and that's wrong? You're gonna label me a domestic terrorist? Fucking clown show. And this is why all the influencers who've been defending these people, all the hackery that I've seen.
But I feel like if you're an influencer, sometimes you don't be knowing what's going on.
You're not fair. We're not.
You just be
living-
going off
we're
of
not
like
living in
clips
an
that
even
doesn't
society.
use
We're
to
seeing
change your
people
perception of what happened.
every day. They don't have power. Like, what are we talking about? Yes, I'm going to hyperfixate on this. These are the people I see executing folks in the street. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear all this like both sides. No, no, these niggas is bugging. This is shit I've never seen in my whole life. Actually, wait, let me take that back. I saw Philando Castile. So, I definitely see some cops kill some people. I don't know why. But the whole like running up on motherfuckers and be like, yo, are you a citizen? Who are you? I'm ICE. Okay, why you bugging me? I want to know if you're a citizen. I don't want to tell you. I'm gonna arrest you.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
Now I don't know if that's how they actually do it.
When I'm walking down the
I
street,
do think they need to do better investigating on people on who to look for. I don't know if that's how they actually do it. Because if I'm walking in the street and somebody asking if I'm a U.S. citizen, I ain't gonna lie, you're not gonna get the best response out of me.
asking me if I'm a citizen. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You have no probable cause. You don't know shit about. You don't even know my fucking name, but you're legally allowed
Yeah.
to ask me for my papers. The fact that y'all think that shit is normal is crazy.
It's not even
If
that
you
you're.
suspect something, if you've investigated me, okay, I can live with that. But this is not that. They're running up on anybody sometimes, and they're like, "Yo, give me your papers." That is fucking crazy. And in a place where like my freedoms and all that stuff, y'all used to talk about Canada. Canada's crazy. Remember you see that? Oh, Canada, you got this fucking communist. I can tell you, all my years living here, I've never had a
Oh, they from Canada.
and be like, "Give me your papers." Never, not a single time. I've
Oh,
never
I
had.
have. I have.
Yeah, but you did crime, so that's different.
You're stupid. No, I didn't do crime.
What was the justification?
There was none. There's no justification.
Okay, talk.
That's most problem that I have with cops. The first time I got stopped, I was 11 years old, walking in my neighborhood. Asked me if I lived there.
Yeah.
Because it was a nice neighborhood and I was not belonging there. I'm 11. The number of time I was walking in the street and he said, "Oh, you're matching the description," and I was like, "What's the description?" Black guy with jeans.
See, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never had that situation happen to me where somebody told me you messed it. I hear that like stereotype a lot, but I've never seen it. I've never met a person who said this actually happened to them.
That's it. So with my girl, turn around. She was driving. I was in the car. Yeah, I just want to see the papers. And you're not even allowed to ask me my papers if I'm not driving. I was talking to one of my friends. She was saying like, "Oh, this is the Gestapo." No, the Gestapo is from another country.
Gestapo.
Gestapo. Okay. Gestapo. Gestapo. No, it's true. It's Italian, so it's Gestapo.
Close enough.
Close enough. What I saw was I saw a clip from Jesse Ventura. He is a wrestler, WWE back when it was WWF. The Panda was mad. And yeah,
I
he's
don't know
a
nothing about wrestling.
He's a veteran. He's a Vietnam veteran and stuff like that. And he also starred in Predator. That was amazing, right? He was a
do
veteran.
love Predator.
Eventually, they asked him about, what did he think about politics?
Politics today is pro wrestling. The Dems and Repubs in front of you and in front of the public is going to tell how they hate each other and how they're different. But as soon as the cameras go off in the back room, they're all going out to dinner together. They're all buddies cutting deals. It's just like pro wrestling.
And that's what I see right there and then, where you're saying the same thing about the liberals, what the liberals are saying. That's crazy. That's the first time that I see conservative people against the 2A.
Or big government. Or their forms of government.
That is the first time that I see conservative people being like, yeah, no, nobody that has two, and it's very standard to have whenever you're carrying that you have two mags on you. I don't know what I'm hearing.
That's why I say get rid of open carry. That's the problem.
It's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
Go to record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Why are you taking my information down?
Because we have a nice little database.
Good.
And now you're considered domestic terrorist. So So now they're calling people domestic terrorists for following and videotaping.
And see, that's what I say about the untrained. Now he may have said that because he masked up, so he feel like it's not gonna get back to him. But that's why I say like they do need better training because you know you're not supposed to say anything like that.
And like I said, when they did it with the other lady, I thought that was crazy because they didn't behave around her like they thought she was a terrorist. They didn't behave around this guy like they thought he was a terrorist either. But they're using that label to justify because it comes with a very loaded background. And now, if you film them, you're a domestic terrorist.
So I can
If you disagree with them, you're a domestic terrorist. Yep. It's only going to escalate. And you're like, oh, you're being hyperbolic. Did y'all ever think that you'd be labeled a domestic terrorist for filming law enforcement? Has that ever been normal? But the Overton window
But that might be
shifting
because
so
they
much.
untrained though.
And the things y'all think is normal is shifting. Like,
Yeah, I do agree
and
with
I'm just
that.
fucking sliding right with that shit, like fucking Cupid
Yeah,
shuffle. Slide to the left.
because they keep pushing the boundary, they gonna
And that's how
normalize
it's
some of the
really
messed up
supposed to
stuff
be.
that they
So
do.
I predict
So I do
in the
agree
near
with that.
future, if they keep doing these operations, an ICE agent is going to shoot another ICE agent. I'm not joking. Like, it's not even hyperbolic. I know you're laughing over there. I'm not joking. I actually think like watching their training, watching how they deal with situations.
Yeah,
They
accident.
don't
It
check
could have
for
happened
firearms.
already.
They
Shooting
don't
into
check
like a
potentially like
while people holding somebody down.
proximity. They just shoot. And I'm like, wow, y'all this close, this many other allies in the vicinity, and you just shooting.
You think it's gonna happen with with them, or they're just gonna
Should
shoot?
they stay in Minnesota and keep doing this? I 100% guarantee they're going to shoot one of their allies. If they haven't already and they're not hiding it.
I don't think they're going to be staying in Minnesota much longer because Greg Bovino is rumored to be fired or stepping down.
I don't know what's going to happen,
Mm.
but I'm saying if it keeps going, I promise you they're shooting each other.
Ooh.
Everyone.
All right, that was a good video. It really broke down the situation, what happened. Now it is coming from a bias side. I can see what stance they're taking. But I mean, just based on some of the footage that I've seen, if that footage hasn't been altered, I do agree with a lot of the stuff that they're saying. It is crazy that you would have this situation going on. Now, I live in a state where I don't really see too much of that. I don't see ice at all, so I don't know. But apparently, it's getting bad. But I am interested on like, is it happening in any other states? Because all I hear about is Minnesota. So I do find it strange that that's the only place that you hear about stuff like this. But I don't know, it may be going on. It's just Minnesota is the more prevalent one, or the one that, since it already has eyes on it now, you can kind of just keep showing what's going on in there as a representation of what's going on everywhere as far as like the ice patrols and stuff like that. But I enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.